Hi there, I'm Monica Lindstrom, and I'm here to give you a short update on the Oscar Pistorius trial. Now, you might remember Oscar Pistorius from the last Summer Olympics. He was also known as the Blade Runner because he doesn't have legs. He actually uses prosthetic legs that look like blades in order to run and to compete. Well, a couple years ago, he killed his girlfriend in his own home, and he's now being prosecuted in South Africa for her murder. Now, an interesting thing to note that South Africa does not use juries like we use here in the United States. The trials are actually straight to the judge. One great thing about that is the judge is not supposed to be influenced by anything that they see on TV, hear on the radio, or read in the newspapers, so they should not be swayed one way or another by any media that they might come across. Another thing that I find interesting is that the defendant, Oscar Pistorius, is not sitting at the same table as his attorneys as we would see in the United States. He's actually sitting in a row behind his attorneys. And as I just said, the judges should not be swayed by the media influence. One thing that can still affect a judge is the behavior of the defendant in the courtroom. Now, in the Jodi Arias trial, George Zimmerman, Marissa DeVois, which is going on right now in Maricopa County, we have seen the defendants act in a typical manner. You know, they get upset at times, they're kind of blank at times, they might cry at times. Well, Oscar Pistorius has done all of that, but he has also actually gotten sick in the courtroom when he would see the pictures of his girlfriend in the autopsy photos and some of the forensic photos. So I don't know if that's really authentic or not. Whether it is or not, I'm not sure if that really matters. What matters is the effect that it's having on the judge and whether the judge will take that into consideration when she's making her determination whether he intended to kill his girlfriend or it was a mistake like he said. Well, the testimony today happened to be about the bathroom door because inside his bathroom there's a whole nother room which is just the toilet. We see that a lot in hotels. Some of our own homes have that. Well, he said that he heard the intruder when he went into the bathroom, or he went into the bathroom, and the intruder, according to him, was in the toilet room with the door shut and locked. He then took a cricket bat after he fired into the door to try to break down the door after he realized that it was not an intruder, it was in fact his girlfriend. So there was testimony about where the bat actually hit the door. Did it hit it up high? And if it did, then that meant that he had his prosthetic legs on. If it was lower, then that meant that he was on his stumps with no prosthetic legs. Now, that might not seem like a big deal because, after all, she was already shot and she was probably, well, she was already dying. The big deal is that it really leads credibility to one story or the other. Now, he said that he put his prosthetic legs on. So, if the evidence does indicate that the cricket bat was hit up high, then that leads credibility to his story. However, the witness testified that it was his opinion that the door was hit from down below, which leads credibility to the state's story and hurts Oscar Pistorius' credit. That's really about all that happened in the trial today, and I will continue to keep you updated. You can follow me on Twitter at Monica Lindstrom. You can also find me on Facebook, Monica K. Lindstrom. You can always find me on YouTube right here, and you can also follow me on Google+. Until then, see you next time.